Hello tout le monde, c'est Christelle, j'espère que vous allez bien. Bienvenue sur ma chaîne Omveda Ayurveda. Aujourd'hui, je me trouve en compagnie de Andrea. Andrea vient du Chili. Là, aujourd'hui, on vous tourne cette vidéo à Freiburg, en Allemagne. Et on s'est rencontrés il y a 4 ans en Inde. Donc voilà, c'est une rencontre assez marrante. Et du coup, ça fait 4 ans qu'on se connaît, qu'on se voit dès qu'on peut. Et Andrea est danseuse, mais aussi yogi. Et aujourd'hui, on va vous faire une petite vidéo autour des bénéfices du yoga et de l'expérience personnelle d'Andrea qui fait du yoga depuis à peu près une vingtaine d'années maintenant. Ce petit échange va être en anglais parce que c'est notre seule langue que nous avons en commun. Donc je vous mets les sous-titres et puis pour ceux qui comprennent l'anglais, voilà, c'est parfait. So today I wanted to talk with you about the benefits of yoga because in my practice of Ayurveda, I'm always talking to my patients and everyone on YouTube that yoga is a good practice if you want to realign your chakras and if you want to be more fit, etc., etc. So I wanted to have your opinion as a yogi, but also as a yoga practitioner on the benefits of yoga. I don't know if you can talk about the physical
aspect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I see yoga as a holistic practice. For me, it's a little bit difficult to split it like this, but I understand for maybe practical purpose. I would say that in a body level, yoga is a very complete practice because it works in strengthening, but also in the alignment. I will explain first.
Yes, because I wanted to ask you about also the strengthening part, because everyone is like a yoga, it's not even a sport. How can you strengthen your body with it?
Yeah, okay. So, why does yoga strength or helps you in strengthening or improving strength? Because all the postures, while you are doing it, it requires that you invest energy, body energy. So, by keeping a posture for a certain amount of time, you are investing a lot of energy through your muscles.
Okay, but you have to stay during a certain amount of time. If you just go from one posture to another, it doesn't work?
It will work through the repetition.
Okay.
Okay, so if you, for example, when we do Surya Namaskar, if you do it once and you stay just for little time in each asana, it won't be so effective. But imagine repeating 10 times Surya Namaskar. That means you already did 10 flexions, or you bend your body 10 times, or so on. So there are different approaches to the practice of yoga. But as long as you stay longer or you repeat more times a position, this will help more to the strengthening.
By standing up, being on the ground, you're working in different angles.
Yes. So, for example, all the standing positions, you are working with balance, you are working with the strength of your legs, but in general, even when you're lying, maybe not so much when you're doing Shavasana at the end, but you are the practice of yoga, it is conceived in such a way that you are always using the power of your center to move your body.
And what do you mean by the center?
Yes, the center is in yoga is a Muladhara chakra. So in yoga, when we move any body part, we always move it from the center. So if I'm moving my arm, I don't move in my arm from here. My arm really starts here in my center, and I'm involving all this and also all these muscles in order to pick up my arm and hold the posture. It's the same with the leg.
Okay.
My leg starts, well, I say to my students, imagine your leg start here, so you are not just moving like this, but you are really using all the strength of these muscles to move your leg, to keep a position. So you are working all the time while you are doing the postures, the asanas, as I said, when it is connected to the philosophy of yoga. You know, this all the world, it is contained in a little bean, and at the same time the world contains the little bean inside. So the big, it is in the one, and the one, it is in the big, is the same. If I move my head, I'm moving my head from my center, I'm involving my legs, my arms, everything we do. And so when I say reach, this requires a lot of energy because you are growing. You are growing from here everywhere. So that's the strength.
So you need to have more conscience of your body, actually, because otherwise you won't be able to feel your center. And what's the effect, I would say, on people that are, you know, used to being sitting behind computers and blah blah blah, not moving anymore? Can you have a real impact on those people with yoga?
Certainly, but you have to start slowly. When I was 12, 13 years old, I started to practice yoga, and I had a completely different mindsetting. I was really like, I want to push, okay? I want to do 100 times Surya Namaskar and destroy myself, and if I don't feel pain, this is not working. But through the time, I learned to know that actually that's not the best approach, because then you just damage yourself, or you get what it happened to me for a while. Like for 1 year, I couldn't do any yoga because I did so much that my body was like really like, please, no, one more time this. And so you have to take it easily, step by step, and respect your body, because also you need to learn the good basis. And when the basic is the most difficult, the most simple at the same time, but the most challenging. So if the base is not good, you cannot go further. You don't want to fly if you don't know how to walk. So if you are a person who has been all your life just sitting in front of a computer and want to start practicing yoga, take it easily. Be patient with yourself. At the beginning might be a little bit boring because you will have to do very simple postures, one and again until the posture is perfect. That's why I learned it in India. I learned with a very traditional guru in a temple that everyone could go and take it for free in base of fruit donations. And he took me as a student, and he was teaching me only one posture per class. This I cannot do here. Nobody would follow my classes. But that I always keep that in my heart, because what I do is not so much. I don't know millions of different yoga postures, but the ones I know, I know it very well.
Because yoga is not about competition, and we Europeans are more our mind is more focused on competition, on fast progress, and yoga is absolutely not about this, because 1 week you can feel very good in your body, and the other week like absolutely not, and you have to draw back actually.
Yes, and yoga is also about to be humble.
Yes.
You know, so...
Yes, I wanted to ask you the more mental and psychological aspect of yoga and your experience on it.
Yeah, so psychologically, I think yoga helps you to stay calm in your mind, to stay grounded in yourself, so not having the fire everywhere around, to learn how to deal with conflicts, with frustrations, accepting the frustration, accepting that you are not good today, and you will not be good tomorrow, and maybe the day after tomorrow you will be just a little bit better, but one day you will reach that point. And even though it's not about reaching that point, it's about all what you learn through the path.
Yeah. Okay.
So being patient, accepting yourself as you are, and loving and embracing and surrender. That was a very beautiful aspect that my teacher was always remind me, was surrender to the posture, embrace this pain, for example. Pain is release of tension. We don't think, oh, it's painful, I cannot do it anymore. No, we try to set our mind and feel this is not pain, this is just a different sensation in my body. It's a body part I never felt before, and now it's waking up and I'm feeling it. Or I'm respecting my limit. This is too much, I need to rest. Yoga also includes resting parts during a practice.
Okay. And how did it make you evolve for you, especially psychologically or even spiritually?
Well, I used to be, I'm not so patient still, but I tried. I mean, I improved a lot. I used to be much more impatient. And also, I used to believe I know everything. And now I feel I just know a little bit and I can share it. But I saw so many great masters in India that is like, or children that have been practicing yoga since they are 4, that is like, okay, I don't know everything. I don't know anything, actually. I'm so curious, and I love to don't know, because there is so much to discover. And spiritually, this is actually the most important aspect, and for me, I cannot separate the body practice from the spiritual practice. Okay. I see it as a one, and through yoga, I discover also meditation and mantra singing that I still practice for my own. And actually, yoga is a concept that involves a way of living.
Yeah, and actually Ayurveda is a part of yoga.
Ayurveda is a part of yoga. The asanas is not yoga. It's one part of yoga. The body practice, because it helps you to stay in the path, to stay concretely in the path. And I tried that when we practice the physical aspect of yoga, that we can also consider that we are doing this for the sake of the spiritual path and realization.
I understand also, because we have different practice of yoga that are preferable for each dosha. You know, every Ayurvedic constitution, because Vatas, who are very nervous system people, they need to be calmed and need to be centered, and they need to rest. So you will find some postures that are very good for them. And Pittas, like me, like you, Pitta dominance, also the spiritual aspect and being humble and not being into competition is very interesting in yoga for people like us with this fire dominant. And Kaphas, they will find it pretty energizing and hard, and it's going to be very good for them also. So actually, I understand why we are giving some postures for different doshas, because everyone can find what they need actually in the asanas.
Yes, and also in the way you do the asanas. Because, for example, I love to do 100 times Surya Namaskar. No, really, I was addicted. I was doing it every day. It took me half an hour, and I felt like, oh, in half an hour, and I feel so fit. I compress everything in half an hour, and then I can go. And when I came to my guru in India, he said, this is not what you need. You need to do 7 per day, and stay long in the postures. And with him, I learned to stay. He was asking me 20 minutes to keep one posture for 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That was the aim. So he put me like in another track
Okay.
because I was too much pitta.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Donc bah voilà, ça c'était un petit peu l'univers du yoga, les bienfaits du yoga. Grâce aussi à l'expérience d'Andrea, donc elle a commencé le yoga quand elle avait 12-13 ans, donc ça fait plus de 20 ans maintenant qu'elle pratique le yoga, qu'elle donne des cours de yoga. Et comme elle l'a expliqué à un moment donné dans la vidéo, elle a vécu en Inde pendant un certain temps auprès d'un gourou avec lequel elle a appris la pratique du yoga. Voilà, mais j'espère que cette vidéo elle vous a plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à laisser un pouce comme d'habitude pour me le faire savoir. Si vous avez d'autres questions, n'hésitez pas aussi à les laisser en bas en commentaire. Je me ferai un plaisir d'y répondre ou de voir avec Andrea si elle peut m'aider à répondre sur certaines questions. Je vous rappelle que je sors une vidéo toutes les semaines, alors n'hésitez pas à vous abonner à ma chaîne Veda Ayurveda, activer la petite cloche des notifications et sur ce, je vous fais des gros bisous et je vous dis à tout bientôt. Ciao ciao.
Ciao.